Hey guys, it's Booligan with Airsoft Retreat, BooliganAirsoft.com and Airsoft Insider Magazine, bringing you our second week in review for April 17th, 2016. First, let's start with the most interesting, the progress that I'm starting to make on my real Mosin build. So what I did last weekend was spent stripping and doing some rough sanding on the stock. It still has a bit of ways to go. That Russian red really gets in there. But it is certainly, the feel is improved, and I'm not going to be doing a heck of a lot more with the finish on this. I'm not going to restain it or cut it, because that's going to happen, but not yet, because I got to get the barrel worked on first, and I'm coordinating with a shop to get that done, and you guys may get some entertainment out of that. But what I have done is got a couple of parts. Got a extended rubber butt pad. Not because I have a weak capitalist shoulder, but because I have very long capitalist arms, and I needed that extra inch length of pull to make it a little bit more comfortable. I also got a cheek rest, because soft, and because I like having some extra ammo storage, as well as a nice little zipper compartment to hold such important things, such as a potato. Appropriate. So, that's the real gun side of things. On the airsoft side of things, you guys may recognize this. This is my SR47-ish, Wirecutter-ish build using parts available at evic.com. And you may notice it has grown a nipple. Usually growing a nipple is kind of a questionable thing, but in this case it's an excellent thing. And what I've done is I went ahead and I installed the Wolverine Inferno Spartan system and the in-grip regulator, the Storm in-grip regulator, and have this guy now converted to run HPA, or in my case, unregulated CO2 with a very cheap and very simple to use remote line instead of a complicated regulator system, because regulator is in the grip and I can use CO2 with it, which is much easier for me. So you're going to be seeing more of this gun in the coming weeks, especially in the next upcoming issue of Airsoft Insider Magazine, where I do a full article on the system, how to install it, and some of the things you may need to know if you're interested in doing something like that yourself. Now, everything that I did would be able to be run in a standard AR receiver, but this one just looks, oh, so sexy. Definitely works out quite well for being an attention-grabbing gun. Next up on the airsoft front. You guys may remember this from last week's weekend review. This week I went ahead and I started to do a little bit of work on it. I got rid of the mechanical blowback system, because that's just a parasitic drag on the whole rest of the system, and I installed some 13:1 ratio gears by a company called Tweak Airsoft. I ended up getting a whole bunch of their parts, and from what I've seen, they're really good quality. I just don't know much else about the company. But I went ahead, I installed the 13:1 gears, haven't done anything else, and saw a little bit of a rate of fire increase, but not as much as I would like. Went from about 17 rounds a second on my old and getting kind of tired Tenergy 11.1 volt LiPo, so we're going to have to get that guy swapped out for something a little bit hotter, to right around 21 rounds per second in current form, and brace for your ears and the accompanying volume drop, but here you go. So, a little bit better rate of fire, but still not where I want it to be. So, next steps, we're going to be Swiss cheesing the piston, I'm going to be swapping out the motor, I'm going to be swapping out the battery for something a little bit hotter, and yeah, we'll see where we go from that. Last thing that I want to talk about this week is some new guns that arrived from Spartan Imports and Cybergun and Palco and that whole big conglomerate of companies that's all working together. Sent over a couple of guns. We're going to be testing them out in the next issue of Airsoft Insider Magazine. We've got two of their new 1911 railguns. These are very, very nice, using a CO2 system. There's no CO2 capsule in there, but using a CO2 in-mag system while still retaining a slimline, standard size 1911 grip. We've got the two-tone model, which fits my personality quite well, and also have this tan model, which is also quite pretty, a little bit more tactically oriented color scheme, but frankly, these things are gorgeous, and I put a couple of rounds through them, and I really, really like them so far. They also sent over for my private testing a couple of They're FNX 45s. These things are the biggest polymer frame pistols that I have tested this side of a Mark 23. These things are huge. If you have small hands, you might struggle with these. But I'm going to be doing full testing on these as well. Both the non-threaded, short height, no optic mount civilian version and the version with the tall sights for suppressors, a threaded barrel, and a little platform there for mounting optics. So I'm going to be testing both of these guys out. We'll be doing a full video review on these on a later date. But for now, we've got them, and they're fitting to be a lot of fun. So that is your weekend review for April 17th, 2016. If you guys have anything else that you would like to see on the channel, please post up, let us know, put in the comments, get us on the social media. We've got a lot of different ways to get a hold of me. So if you guys have anything interesting that you'd like to see, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have any concerns, if you have any fashion tips, please let me know, because this channel would be impossible without you guys, your support, and your feedback. So as always, thanks for watching.